I feel like the majority of people who come to my channel, like maybe yourself, are interested in survival horror games. So I wanted to show you step by step how I would go about making a survival horror game in Unity. This first episode, we're going to be planning out by thinking about what kind of different objects could be in this system. For example, enemies and items, stuff like that, the kind of systems that need to interact with those objects. And then from the next episodes, we're going to be just starting piece by piece, making the game work. At the start, a lot of it will be done just with cubes and stuff like that. But I'm actually going to show you how I like to make characters in Blender as well as part of this series. So this really is going to be a kind of all-encompassing tutorial series. As far as how often this is going to come out, I want to make a promise right now that I'm going to release at least one episode a week, which will be around 30 minutes, because my life is very busy, but I hope that there will be more going forward. A lot of this is going to be unedited because, like I said, I'm pretty busy right now and I just don't have time to cut things down too much, but I'm going to try and deliver things in a way that they are as concise and good as possible. So you can say it's unedited because I can't even speak. Anyway, so let's get to what kind of objects do you think we're going to find in our games and what systems do they belong to? So I've got this board in Miro here. So this is game. So first things first that I think of, we have the player. So the player character. Okay. What else do we have? Well, we're going to have probably enemies. We're going to have items. We're going to have some kind of saving and loading. We're going to have rooms. Okay. So different rooms that you can go between. Now, what else? So player character, enemies, saving, loading, items. Well, we can think about the specifics of this. So the player character, he has some kind of movement. It's going to be tank controls for this game. Okay, he's going to have some kind of health system, all right, to tell when he's been damaged and that kind of thing. He's going to have some kind of fighting abilities. By that, I mean shooting and that kind of thing. Let's go to something else for now. So items, weapons. So weapons that we can equip. Maybe there'll be a separate thing for equipables. Equipables, is that a thing? Yeah, there we go. Consumables. So like health kits. First aid sprays. Okay, saving, loading. I'm not going to get into too much detail with that now, but there's many things that we're going to need to save and load. So enemies, maybe we're going to have at least one boss to show how we might set up something fancy, and then maybe like a zombie kind of thing. It'd be nice to have something similar to a zombie dog. And then something that will take the place of a licker as well, like in Resident Evil 2 would be cool. Okay. Also, not quite as fancy, but we're going to need some UI stuff, which is always fun. Now, within the UI, we've got like the inventory menu. Inventory menu. And what else? Maybe some kind of HUD for like the health that your character has left and stuff like that. Hey, get away from here. We have also the main menu. We have the pause menu. And I might forget some things today because this is really just spur of the moment kind of thing. But we can always come back and add things later on. We're also going to want the ability to have some kind of cutscenes. Okay. Now this is thinking that we're going to have maybe speech as well, so maybe voice acting in there too. Let me just get rid of this. So cutscenes, UI, enemies, player character. We've got items. Maybe not just enemies, but NPCs as well. So other people you meet along the journey. Puzzles, that's a really big thing. So puzzles, and kind of, I could probably put this in a broader category of interaction. And then you've got things like, within that you've got puzzles. Think about in Resident Evil where you just pick up some item and you have to use it somewhere. That's what I'm calling a kind of puzzle. You might have more complicated puzzles that involve flipping switches and things like that, like all in one screen, or, you know, zooming in on something. We're going to handle all of that. Interaction also, like examining things in the world. Just printing text somewhere. That's another thing that's important to put in UI, printing text. Character by character. Either like that, or we can use a mask to kind of make it seem like it's printing like that, which is a nice effect too. So what else? We got puzzles, examining things in the world. This will include kind of locked doors and stuff like that as well. Another thing that I think would be cool to make it like closer to Resident Evil is having the door transitions, because that's fun. So maybe I'll put that in rooms. So door transitions. Oh, okay. So I think that will be all for now. I will leave a link to this board so that you can have a look at it. If I forgot anything, you can leave a comment and I may add it there. The next video we're going to be making just a simple tank controller, and yeah, I'll see you there.